Hi guys, I'm Wiley.
And I'm Trin.
And we are back today with a very special guest. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey everyone, this is Allegra Maloney with Turning Point USA.
Awesome. So we heard that you're the sponsor for the Turning Point Club here at Red Mountain. Can you tell us what got you involved in Turning Point initially?
That is one of my favorite stories to tell. So I was a sophomore in college going into my junior year, and I was navigating activism on campus, doing all of the, mock trial events and radio, and I was getting more and more involved in the conservative movement. And then I discovered the Young Women's Leadership Summit on my Instagram page one day. I applied and put together a travel stipend, did the whole thing, and then next thing I know, I'm in Turning Point's arena, and the rest is history.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
So do you want to talk a little bit about what it means to be a sponsor and like the things that you do?
Absolutely. So I'm primarily a mentor, really. So I primarily assist high school students with getting Turning Point clubs established on campus, as well as, off campus, what we call freedom clubs and activism hubs as well. And I primarily focus on getting students to our leadership conferences. We have 3 of those per year. And for me, I help to engage students in what it means to have freedom both on campus and off campus, to get them civically engaged and to teach them where their freedoms originated from and how to protect them for the future. Because Ronald Reagan said it best, we're one generation from losing our freedoms. So very important work, and the students are always very energized, which is the best, most rewarding part of what I do. But this is definitely a 24/7 deal where you got to be committed to the conservative movement. And, I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world.
Yeah. What are some of the activities you guys do in Turning Point just on a weekly basis?
It depends on each chapter is so different with different passions, different focuses. I always ask my students, what are they passionate about, both within politics and outside? So whether they're passionate about sports, about technology, about, the performing arts, or with a particular issue like First Amendment or Second Amendment, et cetera, whatever it is that the students are passionate about and willing to, pursue on campus and off campus, we typically do speaker events on campuses. I facilitate, events productions on and off campus. We bring the students to a variety of activities and get them connected with activism grants, so that way we can financially sponsor the students. And we bring, like I said, we bring speakers to campus, and we connect them with our in-house printed materials and just merchandise to help them spread the word, spread the message, and get all students involved as much as they want to be.
Awesome.
So would you recommend Turning Point to students, and why?
Well, I'm very biased. Of course, I would recommend Turning Point. I recommend Turning Point. Whether you're interested in politics or not, Turning Point really is it's a way to celebrate freedom and to learn about freedom and to just be involved with what your fellow students are doing. And primarily at Turning Point, the primary objective is to teach students and create that celebratory space where we're teaching them how to think for themselves and, take accountability and take pride in what they're doing on and off campus, and help them to put a name to whatever they're going to do after school. We're preparing them for what the real world has to offer. There's so much opportunity in Turning Point. Really, we celebrate freedom, and we facilitate, students wanting to get involved, but we also just, if students aren't necessarily interested, like I said, in the politics end of things, we're on the C3 side of the organization, which means, we're all about education and just helping students, parents, family members, community leaders, like, yourselves on campus. This is definitely a movement that has many avenues. And so in that way, I would recommend all students, just to see what we're about. And, there's no lose. It's a win-win.
Awesome. What are some events Turning Point has that we can look forward to?
I am on the edge of my seat, so excited for our first leadership conference of the year. So we have 3 each year. And the first one, we 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 pretty much kick off the summer with our Young Women's Leadership Summit. And it's a real full circle moment this time around because this is the first summer that I'll be working it. Ooh. And I first ever got involved with Turning Point the 2017 Young Women's Leadership Summit. And so this year will be the first time that I'm actually going to be staffing it.
That's amazing.
And full circle moments are really special. And it's also a huge way for me to pay it forward to, students that remind me of myself when I was in high school and college. And so that's what I'm most looking forward to. And for students interested in that, their Red Mountain chapter here, we're going to be talking a lot about, how to get to Young Women's Leadership Summits in Dallas, runs June 9th through the 11th. And it's a weekend specifically for our young ladies interested in the freedom movement, just to connect and celebrate, freedom and everything that entails. And we also, today even we're having kind of a belated St. Patty's Day pizza party where we're going to be talking about how to get those travel scholarships to get to the conference. And we've got just a ton of events in the works, specifically with the chapter. They also give back and do a lot of philanthropy. So you got to sign up for the club to stay posted.
Nice. What were some past events that you've put together that you've really enjoyed?
Oh, man. We really have fun with doing presentations. During the chapter meetings, each of the students, they pick something that they're really excited to talk about, to share about. And our chapter meetings here on campus kind of turn into mini events. But also we did the freshman preview night was particularly special because we were able to set up a full-on interactive display specifically with the theme of what does free speech mean to you and what does freedom mean to you. And the students, the younger classmen, it was really cool to see them get engaged and to actually watch their, the gears kind of turn because it's not a question that you're normally asked. And when you show that you actually care about what they're thinking, what they are interested in, and just asking that question because freedom you really don't think about so much. You kind of just exercise it. So we set up that display for the younger classmen. That was huge. And let's see, we also did for America Fest, one of your fellow students, Kiana Kundrat, she really stepped up to the plate and she was doing a bunch of public speaking engagements to get students involved in our America Fest conference that happens around Christmas time. So the events are small scale, large scale, anywhere in between, but you have some real fearless leaders here on campus. So I'm honored to work with them.
Yeah.
I think that's all we have for you today. Thank you so much for coming down and doing the interview.
Thank you for having me.
Is there anything else that you'd like to add, just as a last word, or?
I must say, we're younger classmen, we're looking to continue leadership for next year. So any student just looking to see what we're about or any student that's particularly interested in being a chartering officer and being a leader with us here on campus, get connected with us, come to a meeting. And also my Instagram is Based and Blessed. So if you're interested in seeing what we're doing and getting the inside scoop, that's where to find us.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming down today.
Thank you so much, ladies. It was a pleasure.
Yeah. And now we're on to announcements. Did you apply for service learning this year? If you've been working on a community activity, it is time to present your reflection activity on Monday, April 3rd during lunch or after school. Keep an eye out for invitations with details. If you have hours from a Red Mountain class or club, be sure to get those hours turned in to Miss Bianchi by April 3rd as well.
Attention all mountain lions, do you have a talent for drawing, graphic design, or making videos? Are you interested in a chance to win an iPad? Well then, you can put your talents to work and enter the Arizona Law Day contest for a chance to win. Entries can be a poster, a digital image, or a video. All entries are due by March 31st, and for more details you can see the Arizona Law Day flyer posted in the Commons or in your social studies classroom.
Come visit Universal Technical Institute on March 27th and see core programs that prepare you for a career as a technician, auto and diesel mechanic, welding training, and aviation. Sign up in the Commons or anywhere you see the flyer. Limited space is available.
Seniors, bring your parents for FAFSA pizza night. If your parents still need to finish their part of the FAFSA or you haven't started yet, please sign up for the pizza night, Thursday, March 30th from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. Sign up with the QR code in the Commons or wherever you see the flyer.
Do you have a band? and love publicity? Contact Mr. Kelly in room 131 for the chance to be on RMTV or here on the podcast.
Teachers, be sure to sign up for the climate guest speaker Luann Dahlman's presentation during either 7th or 8th period on Monday, March 27th if you want to take your class.
A driving permit seminar class is scheduled for Tuesday, March 28th from 4:15 to 7:15 p.m. The instructor will review the rules of the road and administer the permit test. Passing students will receive certificates of completion to present to the MVD for a driving permit. Registration forms are required and available in the bookstore. The cost is $25 online or $30 in the bookstore, and students must be 15 and a half years of age by the date of the class and must bring their original birth certificate or passport plus student ID card to the bookstore when registering for the class. Register early to get your spot in the class.
Club Diversity meets tomorrow during both lunches. 5th lunch meets at 11:50 and 6th lunch meets at 12:45. Meetings are held every other Friday in room 252, and you can come and learn about how to make a difference in your community and how all your hard work can pay off with a trip to Disneyland.
Are you interested in different cultures? Do you like sampling foods from various ethnic cuisines? Do you enjoy learning about cultural holidays, traditions, mythology, and customs? Do you dream of international travel? If so, the Cultural Ambassadors Club is the club for you. Club meetings are every Thursday from 3:30 to 4:30 p.m. in Miss Carol Patkin's room 242. See you there.
And that's all for your announcements, and we will see you on the next episode.
Adios.